Like ding, ding, ding.
Okay, now it's starting.
Now you're videoing in a video.
Yeah, look, it's the screen of a screen and a screen. How many screens?
All right. Well, welcome back to Digital Cortex, hitting it there with episode 90.
Yeah, we made it to number 90, dude.
I didn't even think that was possible.
I mean, it's probably more than 90, but
I thought for sure, we would get canceled way before that or lose interest.
Right. Mm-hmm. One or the other was going to happen.
Didn't happen, though.
It just keeps growing.
Yeah. And I enjoy it. It's fun for me because, I feel like, I don't get a lot of time to hang out with friends.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever had a friend as patient as you with me and my fucked up issues and shit, bro. So... Thank you.
Yeah, right. Hey, I'm weird too, dude. I got my own problems. Yeah, but yeah, no, I definitely am committed to this, overly committed to it, probably. But it's just fun. It's the most fun part of the week.
I enjoy it because I get to hang out, and that's why I keep trying to ask some of my friends to come on the podcast because I'm like, we can hang out.
Yeah, it's just a hangout session.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and we got Joseph over here with the plants and that.
Oh yeah, I loved having Joseph by. It was cool.
Yeah, we'll have him back again. His whole plan is to get the episode up to 100, and he wants to be on the 100th episode.
Oh, so in 10 weeks?
Well, it's up to 88 right now.
No, we're on 90 right now. Well, I mean, that's up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I meant how many views he's getting.
Oh, he wants his to be at 100. His views. I thought you meant our episode count.
Yeah. He wants to come on at 100, but he wants to get his. I don't know. This is his own little goal.
So I should just start. He's at how many?
88.
Oh,
or 89. 89. Actually,
well, between the two of us, you watch 6, I'll watch 5.
We can get it there.
We'll get it there, man.
But he's been, because he's been advertising it. He's been sending it out to all his family. They
Has it been getting a good response?
Yeah, his girlfriend was giving us all this advice. And
what kind of advice?
Well, we were some of the downtime,
oh yeah, but that's because it's an uncut episode,
Yeah, so when we're messing with our phones and you have the I guess what is it called? The freaking the no speaky timey. What is that called? The long
pauses.
Long pauses, but there's a word, the fucking downtime, and somebody's probably saying it in their head if they're watching this, but it's they have a term for it in radio, the fucking whatever.
I feel like I know what you mean, but I can't think of it either.
Yeah. But anyways, it's the quiet moments. Dead air. Yeah, it's too much dead air. That's what it is. Yeah, we just had some dead air, but
and we will, and it's gonna happen. But I mean, that's the commitment we made way back in episode 1.
I think
was that we were supposed to be unfiltered, uncut.
And I think it's also a thing of attention span. Some people get antsy when they don't hear anything happening.
True.
Because
well, that's why the cutting it with the jumps, on the TikTok and the Instagram. And
you can. I've been editing out some of the pauses and the clips, but that's just for clips because you're just putting an emphasis on someone's attention when they're watching a clip, and
which is the point.
Yeah, so that's a clip. But the episode, I think it has value in some of the downtime.
Definitely, if we all are not talking.
Yeah,
I try to keep things going as there will be no talking or something.
Yeah,
and I know you have too. But sometimes our minds just aren't capable of realizing.
Dead
like,
air is real.
You got dead air, man. It's gonna happen,
and it's okay. It does add a real element to it because
the one thing we have in common as people is dead air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's dead air when you're talking to somebody.
There's
too.
nobody who's not going to stop and not have dead air at one point in their life.
But just think if there was no dead air.
If there was no dead air,
that would even be more weird.
It would be weird
because you'd be like
constant, like hearing things, man.
You would never have a moment where there was no sound. Like
Jesus, I'm getting anxiety thinking about it.
Exactly. Your mind would just be like, "What? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah." Talk to me about rockets again. You know, like what?
Dude,
oh, okay.
So, like when I lived in San Francisco. We would keep the window open to let breeze in and stuff, you know, because there's no AC or you have like a fucking area heater type little radiator you plug in for the winter.
Yeah.
So in like, you know, the warmer weather, we got the window open, breeze going, and, you know, bring in a fan or something.
It feels nice too.
Yeah,
right?
it's good.
Yeah,
it's good because, you know, it's at the bay. You always got some mist going in. There's winds coming from all directions.
Yeah, they have such a cool breeze that feels so like nice and like fresh. And that's what I remember about being in San Francisco. So most fresh, definitely. Right?
Yes. And that's another thing too. But I mean, like, in my dorm when I was there, I always like you get used to hearing the traffic and the people and all the noises that are happening outside in the fucking street, right?
Yeah.
Because like you're right there on a street.
Yeah.
One of the busier ones too for us. But coming home, one of the first things I noticed was getting off in LAX. The smog difference was huge at the time. Like, you know, it was like you felt like it was harder to breathe after living over there for so long and then just taking that immediate, you know?
Back, yeah. Your lungs had to adjust.
It was weird. It took a minute. And then after that, the other thing, you know, I noticed was I could not sleep because it was too quiet.
Yeah.
It was too quiet. And like, you know, at my dad's house, and I just couldn't because I was so used to hearing all of that rustling and people in the dorm and everything constantly. So not having the street sounds, it was weird. It was hard to sleep because it was just way too fucking quiet. It was almost scary.
Yeah, it's like that. Some people need that like white noise, or they need like waterfalls or rainfall or something. They need like some kind of like ambient sound or something. It does kind of like puts you to rest, kind of.
Like we usually sleep with the fan on in the summer and stuff, you know, and most people do. But
that's kind of your sound too, because that fan is making noise.
And you get so used to it because it's so hot for so long.
Yeah,
that thing don't turn off. And you know, I remember when we started feeling too cold that we started turning off the fan, and I just couldn't because the humming of the fan, I couldn't hear it anymore, and so I could not sleep. It didn't feel right, so I had to turn the fan on at least a little bit so that I can hear something. You know. It's so weird.
I don't take advantage of it, but you can put it to reverse. So
yes, you put it to reverse so that it can help dissipate heat.
Yeah, it brings the air
brings
up.
The cool air up.
Yeah,
forces the heat down. Whereas the opposite is, you know, coming down. So I think it's like a clockwise spin.
Yeah, right now it's going counterclockwise. That puts the air down, and then you reverse it.
Clockwise is gonna.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So you could, in theory.
I can't tell. It's moving too fast.
It's going counter.
I think it's clockwise right now.
No, it's going counter.
Is it?
Yeah, it's going like this.
Now that'll help a little bit, but it's not. I don't ever think it's enough.
I don't think it really does.
Out here, it's not going to do shit.
But at least you can keep it on, though. That would be
that would be a different option.
Because then now you don't have to turn it off because you're cold. Now you can just put on like, well, it's supposed to be helping the heat, blah, 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 whatever. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we don't have the kind of heating problems that they do back east. Oh, yeah, my GoPro just, I think, turned off.
Yeah, I just saw it turn off.
I think it's like a power saving mode. I think it wants to like save whatever juice.
It did. That's why I turned my head there. Like,
it's done.
Oh, did it fill up the card or some shit?
No, it's at 0%. It just turned on.
The battery died.
Oh shit! It wants to record again. Okay, now it's turning off.
Yeah.
This little guy, like, He's like, no,
Is the battery replaceable or is it all inside?
You know what? I was looking online, and now I understand why there was a lot of like there was like a pack of additional batteries that you could buy. I guess you can I think you connect it to the side of it or something.
Okay.
You pop it into the USB-C. But yeah, there was like a 2-pack of batteries that you could get to probably extend it. So like if you're I don't know, snowboarding or something, you're going down a mountain and shit, I guess you can clip on that extra battery and then have an extra one that you can throw on there if you're trying to record for a whole day because you got or like a surfer, dude.
Right.
They get so much good video, man. They could just pop that thing right on the front of their board and just kind of go through the pipe and shit.
Dude, I remember when these things were first coming out and they were so expensive. How much was that?
This was $199.
Damn.
Yeah.
And that's one of the more top end models.
I think it's the newest one, the Hero 3, I want to say, or 13.
13, yeah, they're up there.
Yeah, Hero 13, I think that's what it is.
All right, for sure. Then, yeah, man, these things used to be so much more. Weren't they going for $400 or some shit like that when they first came out?
They were expensive. Yeah, they were. So when I saw $199, I was like, oh, that's not bad. I mean, that's as much. I mean, I almost paid that much for that Beats stereo right there, that pill. Yeah, it was like $169 or something like that for that.
Yeah, I thought this thing was completely dead, and I left it charging overnight. And it came back to life. I thought I was gonna have to rip out the battery and just turn it into a plug-in one.
What was it?
This little blue speaker.
Oh yeah, you know what?
I've had that thing for a decade.
They last though. Those things that's a JBL, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, JBL's is good.
JBL's a JBL Flip 4, I want to say. I think that's what they call it. I don't know. But it's the one we only ever use at the river. Occasionally Crystal takes it to work, and stuff. But
yeah, this one's also water resistant or whatever they call it. I don't think they call it anything waterproof.
This is actually my second one. I had a black one.
Oh.
And a friend lost it in the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went all the way to the bottom, couldn't get it.
Yeah, because I was telling her okay, well, let me, because she couldn't control the speaker.
Yeah.
She didn't know what buttons to press to pair her phone.
Float?
Oh, that shit sinks, bro.
Oh, it's heavy, huh?
Oh yeah. I mean, lift it. But so I told her, okay, because we're in a ring, with all the fucking floats and shit, the tubes. So I tell her, well, pass it, don't throw it. And the first thing she does, fucking throws it, doesn't throw it far enough. It just straight into the water.
I wouldn't even trust myself to throw it.
And I tried to go in and get it, but it wasn't.
It doesn't go straight.
Let me see it.
If you think it would just go like this, but it's going with a current and it's going sideways and it's got some weight to it. I wish they would make some kind of buoyancy to it or something that it would float.
There are some that do.
Yeah, they advertise that they float, right?
Yeah, and they're able to do that, but I don't know. This has just been one really an old speaker.
But they work, man.
It still works.
I dropped my Ray-Bans in San Diego.
And it's one of the ones you connect to multiple ones or some shit too.
Yeah, I like that option. But yeah, I lost my Ray-Bans in San Diego in the water, and I immediately jumped in the water too because I was in the canoe and I just went, whoa.
Oh shit.
I went right in the water and I still couldn't get it. I was like, oh, I was just grasping and it was so the water was thick so I couldn't see and
yeah.
And I'm just swiping, but I mean, it could be floating right here, and I could just be not touching it, you can't see, so
exactly.
And even though I was right in the area, and I'm swinging my arms, I'm like, no, it's gone, dude. Isn't there people that actually dive in the saltwater and retrieve all kinds of bullshit?
Oh yeah, there's people that go down there treasure hunting and shit.
Yeah,
and sometimes I guess if they find something super valuable, they'll try to get it back to someone supposedly,
But
and I've seen videos where they get retrieved and shit. But I think the biggest thing that most of them say they're doing is not really just treasure hunting, but they're cleaning up is what they claim.
Yeah.
That they're cleaning up.
I mean, it is. I mean,
it's taking all that shit out.
There's, I'm sure, bottles.
Oh yeah, that's why they're out there every day.
Cans and all that shit.
And there's so much more come and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
articles of clothing.
Mainly glasses.
Glasses. Yeah, that's gotta
glasses
be
is the big one.
I bet you they find some nice fucking glasses, man. Because you got to take a stupid pair that you don't want to lose anytime you go in the water.
I only had one pair of glasses, like prescription glasses, when I first moved here.
Yeah.
And I hadn't gotten a new prescription yet, you know? And so I went to the river with my brother and his friend, and then we hit like a branch or some shit, and that shit knocked my glasses off.
Yeah.
Lost my glasses. I wasn't able to see. I had to go to fucking Sears Optical and try to get a new prescription.
You're just like
yeah, and I knew I couldn't get like glasses like right away or anything.
They
and
don't
it was
give you any
Sunday.
loaner ones? Or
No, it was Sunday, so obviously the fucking doctor wasn't even there. So it's not like I could have even
obstetrician. Is that what it is?
Optometrist.
Yes.
Yeah. The optometrist wasn't even there.
No.
Okay. So I couldn't even like get a prescription and then find a place that could make me glasses the next day or some shit.
Yeah.
So what I did was I altered the date, the expiration date of my old prescription at the time, my current one at the time. And I photoshopped it to extend it. And then I took that in, and the lady was able to give me a sample pair of contacts.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I was able to get my contacts at least and have something to walk out with.
Yeah, so they keep a bunch of different prescription
for the contacts, yes.
Oh, okay.
Because usually what happens when you get fitted for contacts is you get a trial pair, right? And so this way you could walk around, see how the fit is, and then you come back and be like, hey, it hurts in this one, or something didn't work right, or they keep falling out, or whatever it is, you know? I mean, I personally never had that problem as far as like, you know, with my trial pairs. But that's the reason. Either that or they just want you to spend more money.
I guess if it's like a common prescription, they would have it, right? Like if you got some other shit going on where one eye is this and one eye is that or something, then that makes it a little bit harder.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Because there has been times they're like, I don't have yours in this brand, but I have it in another brand, and you try that out, and then, you know, you'll get yours in. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, there's not really any options, huh? You're like, well, I guess that's what I'm doing.
I guess that's it. That's what it is.
Yeah. Can't do anything about that, but yeah. Anyways, just go back. We went on a tangent.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
We were talking about the feedback, and I only said that we had dead air. I couldn't remember the stupid term.
Oh yeah, dead air.
Yeah,
man.
but she did like. She thought she's like they sound like radio guys. Yeah. So that was that was a positive feedback.
You should mute that third mic, man.
Yeah. She said we sounded good. The episode was good. It was funny. We had some good moments. Like, so yeah, I think overall good feedback. Yeah, dude. Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, we're trying, man.
We're doing it.
We try to do something.
I mean, whatever the fuck we do is what we do. You know, people are gonna watch it or they're not, and I think that's always how we lived our podcast life.
We keep it authentic, so it's just
man.
us.
It's fucking real.
We're not trying to be a character.
It's real. I mean, I'm always a character, but
I mean, we are being maybe a little exaggerated version of ourselves. But other than that, I mean,
I don't know, man. I feel like this is the only outlet I get to like just take away the stress of my life, and just be who I would be if I didn't have a worry.
Yeah,
you know,
or it's just to release some pressure too, man. We get like built up pressure, like. You know, we got pressure gauges on us. Like sometimes we're fucking redlining, dude. And you gotta release some of the fucking pressure, you know. And I think this definitely is one of those valves. But yeah, more to come. We got more stuff. We got more plans.
We're always gonna be doing more.
I think you know, Mr. Z, if he ever gets his shit together, I mean, we definitely have a spot for him. But you know, he's always like today. I told him I was like, "Yeah, you're coming." And he's like, "Oh, dude, I started super late today, so," and I'm like, all right. So it's always something. Mm-hmm. It's just like, dude, you gotta figure it out, man. I'm just gonna go there and pick you up or something, dude. Or like you said, we're gonna go over there and do it over there at his place. But But yeah, we got more guests. We got some more. I got some more things brewing. I'm still talking to some people. We got some more. And then if you get some interesting individuals, anybody you want to talk to,
I do have a friend that lives close by, and I think
he might be interested.
He might be interested. I don't know.
Yeah. So
maybe we might have to coax him, just like kind of get him over here. Oh yeah, man, check this. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, if he just wants to hang,
and then just start recording, and then all of a sudden that's an episode, and we're like, that's all it is.
I did talk to Joseph. He does want to do like a fight companion. He does know about UFC and stuff. He's been watching it forever.
All right, for sure.
We used to have bets. Me and him go back and forth. Because he was a big Daniel Cormier fan, and I was a Jon Jones fan. And so yeah, we used to talk a lot of shit to each other. But Jones always won, so he never lost to Cormier.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, we could put it here.
Yeah, dude, we could set it up on one of the
monitors, or even,
we'll get one more microphone or something, and then just have four people. We'll just get 2 individuals to come over, watch the fight, we'll talk about it. This would be perfect. We got a monitor right here. We just need a computer or something.
Most def.
Yeah, we'll do one. We got some big fights coming up. Did you see the last Jon Jones fight?
I haven't seen a UFC fight in like a very, very fucking long time, man.
It was a lot of buildup. If anybody knows Jon Jones, he was originally a light heavyweight champion. He was the youngest light heavyweight champion in UFC history. Very young when he started. I think he was like 21 or something like that. And he had the light heavyweight championship. And it was all through injuries. Somebody dropped out, and they asked Jones if he wanted to fight, and he said yeah, and he did it, and he beat a higher ranked guy. He was ranked, a lot lower than the guy he fought. He was like a number 2 or number 1 or something.
Oh, really?
Like that. Yeah, and he fought and won, destroyed him.
Damn.
And yeah, dude, he just rose super quick, in UFC because he kept winning. I mean, technically, he's never lost. He does have one loss on his record, but that was a disqualification because they said at the time it was illegal to do a 12-6 elbow. So that's basically coming straight down onto somebody.
Yeah.
12-6.
Yeah.
In the beginning of UFC, it was a thing that they banned because they thought that was too deadly of a hit or something like that. But it's really just, I mean, I know you can put some force in it, but it's not any more than you could come across somebody.
Yeah.
It's not any more than a foot going to your fucking head.
And, when you're coming down like that, it's more of this than it is like straight bone down.
And you don't really got a lot of movement.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the range of movement. That's it.
Yeah, because
now go across your body.
Now that's more deadly.
You see how much more area and more force you could put?
I mean, I'm probably not doing it the best.
But still, that's way more range of motion. And you could
twist your body.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean,
you ain't going to twist up and down.
Unless you're running and you're like, oh. I mean, even then, you still can't.
Or you're just falling out of the fucking sky.
Yeah. I mean, if you're coming from the top ropes, and maybe they watched too much wrestling when they were coming up with the rules or something. But anyways, they banned it. He did it in a fight, and then they disqualified him. So he got a technical loss for that because it was disqualification. But he has never lost. I mean, he's gotten, maybe there was one fight, I think Dominic Reyes fight. People will say he at least he was pretty like beat up in that one, and it could have went Dominic's way. Some people had him winning, and that's the only one that he kind of got beat up a little bit on more than. But they think also, I mean, not that they think, but they suspect that he was notorious for not really caring too much in some of the fights. Like he would not even like really train as much and still whoop people in the ring. So it was like almost like a boredom thing. Like he was winning so easily that he was just taking it for granted.
Like nobody can compete on my level. I mean, One Punch Man.
Yeah. So like, I mean, even Mike Tyson's notorious for that too. Like the loss to Buster Douglas, he wasn't training. He was eating like shit and just like came into the ring like not ready.
Thinking he's
because when you're knocking people out the way he was doing it, I mean, so Jones kind of did the same thing. He was just kind of fucking people up and not taking it serious. But he fought Dominic again and just killed him. So I mean, it wasn't even a contest the next time he fought him. I'm pretty sure they fought again. But Anyways, he just fought Saturday, and the Stipe, he's now fighting in heavyweight. So now he's moved up. He's gained weight. He gained weight because he was getting ready to fight Francis Ngannou. But then Francis left and went to the PFL. So he ended up not fighting him. That was going to be the fight that he wanted. So he bulked up. He's gained a lot of weight for that anticipation. But it didn't happen. He fought Cyril Gane and just...
Wait, PFL?
PFL, yeah, Professional Fighting League.
Okay. I thought it was a pillow fight thing.
And they do have that.
I know they do, and that's why I was thinking about it. It was like pillow fighting league.
Dude, he would destroy people in that league too.
I mean, you know what? I was just thinking about that when I was seeing it. I was like, if one of these like bigger guys just got in there with their fucking pillows.
Is it, guys? I think the only highlights I've seen are girls.
Pillows look. No, they have a men's division.
Do they? Okay.
It
makes sense. But...
It's funnier.
Oh, because they're really trying to kill each other.
Yeah, with a pillow.
Yeah, the girls seem to block each other a lot, dude. Like at least the fights that I've seen, they're just always like, and they're just blocking each other.
I think that's just like the normal thing. Like,
yeah.
But it's so interesting how like they've got these special pillows with the fucking.
It's got a real handle.
Real handle, and I think it's made out of the
leather.
same fucking shit that they would make a boxing glove out of or UFC glove out of,
Or a punching bag or something.
Right.
Yeah.
That whatever that workout material is.
What did they put in it though? Have you watched the whole match where they talked about like?
Well, they have to go through the official, rules. So it's down goose feathers.
Down goose feather. That would poke through. Yeah, I'm like, dude, imagine getting stuck in the eye.
They're doing with it, but I can check.
Yeah, see what the actual pillows are filled with.
Pillow fighting.
I know with with the punching bags. I mean, punching bags you can fill them with old clothes. You could put comforters. You could fill it with fucking sand if you wanted to. Like they put crazy shit in those. Depending on what kind of like toughness and what kind of like.
Let's see here. Okay, here's the official rules. Updated 5/3/2023.
Yeah, that's pretty.
They're called the PFC.
PFC. Okay.
Ready to fight professional pillow fighting match. Get your PFC combat pillow. All right, let me read these and then I'll figure out what the combat pillow is. Because that's what it is. So, do swing pillow at full force, dodge and avoid strikes to the head, incorporate showmanship into fight, perform special moves as defined, only strike with pillow, hold all straps with one hand, no two-handed pillows. Don't hit an opponent with any part of your body. Don't drop your pillow. Don't grab an opponent or their pillow. No pushing or charging an opponent. No two-handed overhead strikes. Guess that's
You could do uppercuts though, right?
As long as you only have one hand on the pillow. Oh, they have a kid's official combat pillow too. All right, let me see what this combat pillow is. Patent pending design will ensure you have the most action-packed pillow fights of your life. The triple handle design allows for maximum grip and angular velocity when swung. And the use of ripstone nylon produces the perfect smack sound when making contact.
Okay, it's nylon.
PFC combat pillows utilize our specially designed pillow insert to meet regulation spec. Case and insert shipped separately. So let's see.
It just says the insert. It doesn't tell you what
Industrial
the fuck
strength Velcro ensures security of the pillow inside. I guess it's just like a pillow.
I know. Cotton though? Is it fucking...
What's in?
Yeah, we just have to Google it, huh?
I just didn't know that we would live in an age where there's an official combat pillow available.
It would be kind of funny to like buy those official pillows and then have like a fight in your backyard. Oh my god!
You know what? Maybe that's what we should do. We should do commentary on Pillow Fighting Championship. Become one of the first, and then
how many people are doing
biggest? That? I don't know, man, but we should.
And just go all in on pillow fighting. It would be funny.
Let's see. I can't really see what's in it. There's like all these other pillow fight pillows, but
they have the official one, but then they have all the like, third party.
Let me go on the Wikipedia and see. No, nothing here.
Here, let me ask Google.
Organized pillow fights.
Hey Google, What materials do they use in the official pillows for pillow fighting?
According to Nusso.com, these pillows are made specifically for pillow fights. The soft polyester fibers help cushion impacts, are hypoallergenic, and are manufactured with a machine-washable non-woven polypropylene fabric shell.
Okay, so it says soft polyester fibers.
Okay, then.
Interesting. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, there was a pillow fight league, a PFL. It was Toronto-based semi-professional sports league.
The semi-pros.
And they did public pillow fighting as well, and that was 2004.
Huh. Oh,
Okay.
so it's been around for a while. 2004?
Well,
Shit.
yeah. But now it's like big because they're doing it in a fucking octagon. And
Everything's big. Bare knuckle fighting. Have you seen the medieval fighting with the guys that just wear all medieval?
Yes. They have a little fucking dojo not too far. I think it's in Tempe.
They're training there with medieval.
No, like you can sign up and yeah, it's a whole fucking combat.
Oh, you can sign up to fight.
Yes.
Shit, dude.
Like that's one of the places. Like, and then they have all the it's like a membership you pay for. It's like this huge fucking workout, man. Because that shit's heavy.
Yeah, and
That shit's heavy.
you still feel the impact too.
Well, yeah, because they're using real fucking metal weapons. And
yeah,
shit.
they're using swords and axes.
They're just slightly blunted,
yeah, I
so
think
they're not so sharp.
Yeah, I think they're not sharp, but it still hurt, dude. Like,
Fuck yeah, man! You think like just a piece of metal between you, your chest, and this fucking giant ass claymore is
dude,
gonna
I
do
watched
anything,
a guy
dude?
with the big long axe. He's like, "All right, hit me," and he had the full armor. And the guy hit him, and I think he went in between he hit him in between one of the
No.
grooves, and it hit him in the arm, dude. And he's like, "Ow!"
Mm-hmm. And you have like chain metal right there to try to help dissipate that, but that's not gonna do much
Dude,
more.
these guys were taking damage.
Not
man.
to mention the amount of strength. Like you got to pull up this giant steel thing,
Yeah.
and then on top of that, your maneuverability is lacked because you've got all these metal plates on you. That was one of the things that was always interesting. You know, when you look at like maybe Japanese samurai type armors and stuff,
Yeah.
like that stuff was made for movement, so that you be able to move easily and do what you need to do, right?
Yeah.
But the more like European style medieval armor,
It's just like cover
totally
yourself.
different, because that was for like, as long as you can still move and you're not dead,
Get out there.
then yeah, let's just tank people up.
Yeah, and let's be honest, the only people that are getting that armor are probably like fucking, you know, the generals and shit. Like they're not
For the full sets and shit.
Yeah, the foot soldiers don't get shit. They just got leather or something like probably on their body somewhere. But yeah, no, the actual blacksmiths are only gonna make this for like the fucking rich and shit.
Well, I feel like what would be is you get your own armor. So you would like, you know, buy your own or hire a blacksmith to make armor for you.
Yeah.
So if your job is to be a fucking foot soldier or a knight or whatever, or you want to be one or something, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got to be a certain level, like the knights or whatever. Or the
But I feel like anybody, if they can afford it, can hire a blacksmith to make you armor.
Or if you're the son of a blacksmith or something,
You make your own fucking armor.
Yeah, or your dad makes it for you.
Yeah. Are you sitting there with the
Get the hookup.
fucking lead of your tribe like in The Mandalorian?
Yeah, you put your own little symbols on it, dude. Like,
And I make a little chainmail one for your little baby.
made by Lord Calculus or something. I don't know. Some guy, and he puts his little like little signature on there somewhere. His little
There
like,
you go. You
stamp.
emboss your own fucking
What is-
symbol or sigil.
the little like what is it? The wax with
Yeah,
the
like
ring.
a wax stamp and shit.
Yeah. Those are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're all into the Game of Thrones. That's all that shit's about. But no. So, anyways, Francis, he went to the PFL, so he never fought Francis, but then he ended up fighting Stipe Miocic. I want to say that's how you say his last name, but Stipe, he beat Francis one time. He beat him first, was a champion in the heavyweight division. Then Francis came back and beat him, and then became the champion. So they kind of went back and forth. So it was. Stipe is a legend. He's gonna go down the UFC Hall of Fame. He's that caliber fighter. and Jones just murdered him. I mean, it was methodical.
So when he's fighting next?
Jones?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the
Not
thing.
scheduled or anything?
He's 37 now. He's fought all the greats. I mean, he at this point he just wants big fights, huge fights.
Yeah. Get that money.
There is a definite contender right now in the heavyweight division that wants to fight him. Tom Aspinall, I want to say his name is. He's an up and comer. He's young. He's strong. Hits hard. Knocks people out. But Jones just doesn't seem to be interested in fighting him because he's just an up and comer. He at this point says he only wants to fight guys at the highest level, the big fights, the money fights. I mean, he just wants to just cement his legendary status. I mean, he just beat another legend. Stipe was a legend. He obviously was up in age. People say he's over 40 now. I mean, it's kind of hard. He's not the old Stipe that won the championship, but in any case, he beat him. And he beat him like no one's ever beat anyone before. I think no one's ever had a spinning back kick finish.
Oh.
So he did a spinning back kick and hit him right in the rib, dude. With this foot, dude.
Yeah.
Like, just dug right here on this side. And just, like if you, we'll pull up a highlight later, but.
Isn't he the one who broke Jose Aldo's shin or some shit?
No. Now he's definitely fucked people up, but not broken anybody's shin. Probably thinking of Anderson Silva. He broke his chin.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
He broke his own shin though.
Oh yeah.
His foot wrapped around the guy's leg, dude. It was pretty nasty.
Dude, that shit was crazy.
And what's even crazier is the guy that. Okay, so he kicked the guy, right? Let's say I kick you, right?
Yeah.
And then I break my leg.
Mm-hmm.
That guy. Let's say you're the guy.
Yeah.
That blocked it, and he kicked somebody else and broke his leg.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah, the same way.
Like the next.
Not the next fight, but it was like a couple of fights later.
Okay.
He kicked somebody and did the exact same thing to himself that he did to somebody else. So
Fucking shit.
So weird. It's already a rare thing. Doesn't happen that often.
I feel like I would stop kicking with my shin.
It would probably be a good idea.
Yeah. Like I would just be no.
Oh, dude, if you look at the gnarly, like they got to put a sheet of metal and they screw into your bone. And you got to be able to feel that like under your skin. And then he's still kicking people. Like
after that shit?
Yeah, after to this day, he's already had a couple, I want to say a couple fights already.
Guys needed more calcium in their fucking bones, bro.
I don't know, man. They're kicking so hard, dude. And like they say what they do is like the way that they build up their shins. When they're kicking things, they're kicking hard things, they kick bags, they have all these, or they just kick pads or whatever, but basically what they're doing is every time they're kicking, they're hitting their shin and they're making these like micro fractures.
Oh, okay.
And then the micro fracture heals, and then they do it again, and micro fracture heals. So it's like building up the bone right there, and it becomes like a hard piece of fucking broken, calloused bone, you know, that's just been hit over and over again. So it actually makes it super strong. So they can kick really hard and not, because like if we not ever fighting try to like kick as hard as they did, or somehow we were able to kick as hard as them, we just shatter our leg.
Dude, not even that. Like I would cry.
Well, that too. You would cry and it'd be broken.
Yeah. I'd probably cry before it was broken.
Or vice versa. They could kick you and break your leg. Like they could kick that hard. Yeah, guys, they keep showing these YouTubers that go.
Have you ever broken a bone?
Just my pinky toe.
Really?
That's the only bone I've ever broken in my life.
Okay.
Before that, I thought for sure I couldn't break a bone for some reason. Like I had this like vision of being like unbreakable or something, you know? Because I've done some crazy. I fell hard. Like I've hit stuff. I've gotten some. I mean, I played sports. I've gotten hit with balls, hit with a bat when I was a catcher. Like, you know, sometimes you stick your hand out too far. I've hit face masks with my hands. Like this blew up like a balloon because I hit somebody's face mask.
Oh damn!
Because I broke the blood vessels in here, but no broken bones. Like never broke any fingers. The toe was only the thing that I broke.
That's crazy.
And that got caught on like the end of like the molding on the floor. Like I was running back to my room, when we were at work, and I was on break, and I was trying to get back, and my foot caught the molding on the bottom of the around the corner.
It's the fucking worst when you hit your fucking foot, but
the toe
like
too.
You know, you hit your pinky toe on anything like furniture, coffee table, chair, whatever. It hurts.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that breaking it was a whole other fucking pain.
Oh, it hurt, and I was like, oh. But you don't know if it's just like I stubbed my toe kind of hurt or a broken bone hurt.
Oh, yeah. So it was very similar pain wise.
I wasn't sure yet, but then it was kind of sticking out a little bit, and I tried to like force it in because I thought maybe it was dislocated, and that hurt a lot too.
Yeah, I fucking bet.
Because I put my foot on the side, and I was just
no.
But then I started getting like the nauseous pain, you know, like the pain where it's making you nauseous. Now I was like, oh wait, I'm pushing it a little too far, and like, and then I went back and I finished like my day.
I feel like if it was. Maybe that's when you broke it.
I know, right? I mean, it's possible. It was already kind of sticking out. So I did something to it.
Yeah.
So for
and there's
sure,
really nothing you could do with a broken toe.
They do nothing for your toes.
Much.
No, you break any of your toes, they
just like cut it off.
Sayonara. But you know what it is like your foot heals fast too.
Right.
Because think of our hunter gatherer days. We needed to have limbs that like we
worked.
Couldn't afford to not be moving or hunting, gathering food, whatever. So we're being chased by a fucking animal. We break a toe, we just keep running. You could still run on it.
Right.
I could still walk on my foot. Like it's a little bit of bruising and swelling, got a little purple, but yeah, I mean, it healed. It still kind of sticks out a little bit more than the other one. But actually, I'm like, maybe I should break the other one because the other one's kind of tucked in a little. So like, I'm like,
they sell those fucking like toe
stretchers.
Yeah. You just wear those under your socks or some shit, and you're supposed to be able to stretch out your fucking feet.
I know. Give me a better balance. I feel like I'm a little more balanced on the right side now.
Yeah,
actually.
That's why I try to get like wide-toed box shoes.
It's probably from all the sports I played and stuff, like squishing my feet
it's
into
just your whole life of wearing different shoes. It's just
socks and shoes and stuffing our feet. And then, when we're kids, we're wearing shoes that are too tight. Remember,
so have you seen those people that only wear like the barefoot shoes or are always barefoot?
Oh, yeah. And
their fucking toes are so fucking weird
or
wide.
The opposite. Those ladies that contort their feet and they wear the little shoes.
Yeah.
Where their toes are all like, and they fit it into like the smallest.
Because they keep like tying their fucking feet together.
And their foot looks like this. Like
they're on their fucking toes and shit.
And they're all curled up in like the tiniest little shoe. Like, so you can do crazy shit. That just shows you your feet are very like moldable. It'll fit whatever the situation needs, like it's very like adaptable.
Well, I feel like eventually for anything really, because your body has to adapt. Like I was just thinking about this fucking picture of a deer that I saw. It was the carcass of a deer. It was bone, right? But through its rib cage was an arrow, and the bone grew around the fucking arrow.
Ooh, it didn't die.
It didn't die.
Yeah.
And it fucking lived like long enough for that bone to grow a whole fucking thing around.
Oh, yeah. It's like, we got to heal this.
Yeah. So it lived on for probably like years.
Because the arrow went into the rib instead of between the rib. So a kill shot
would have like both, but it hit nothing important, I guess. So
well, it must have hit bone and stopped. And then it grew around. The bone grew around and kept
possibly.
It there. Yeah, because if it would have went...
But at this point, like, it was so fucking so much grown bone around it and shit that, like, you couldn't tell where.
Yeah,
I think. Let me look it up, Cause,
oh, you took a picture of it?
No, but it was on the internet.
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason I thought you were walking in the forest and you saw this. But I believe it, dude. Like anything's possible. I mean,
yeah, man. Okay, here we go. I think it was this maybe. Yeah. I'm looking at it, but it's like
still hard to tell.
No, it's just the picture they gave me wasn't that good. Images. Let's just do that. Okay. Well, I guess that's the one. Let me see if I can get it on the actual site, get a better image. Yeah, this is somebody's shitty ass fucking picture of it. So
Did it go across multiple ribs?
yeah, man.
Oh shit!
It just fucking went, bro. Look at that thing. That's the point of the arrow
it
right
must
there.
have. Damn, that was a bad shot, dude.
It was nasty.
It's supposed to go between the ribs, and it kind of went at an angle
went
down.
in, and the body just started growing around it. So it looks like it might have shattered one bone. You see that?
Yeah.
And then the bone just kept growing and growing over it all.
Our bones are crazy, man.
I know, man.
It's
fucking weird as fuck.
They do have that surgery to make you taller. They cut your bone and then they stretch the bones, and then
I have heard of that.
It'll grow to the.
Oh, here's a better picture. Hold up. Okay. All right. Gonna open this one. Supposedly. Jesus. Get out of the way. There we go. Damn.
Yeah, it's gnarly, dude. I mean, you can see it going. Just if you look it up, it's going across like 5 bones.
It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rib cages.
5 rib cage bones. It's going diagonally.
Going diagonally through it, and this is a fucking
and bone grew
sharp ass fucking looking arrow, and the bone has encapsulated the tip of the arrow
as well.
Yeah. So like you can't even see where the tip ended up piercing through.
And I bet you this motherfucker was still running around being crazy, dude.
Oh, most definitely. Like it would have had to, right?
Yeah, just if it survived long enough to grow all that bone, then it definitely
for years it had to have been.
Yeah, it definitely was running around.
Right? Like how did this fucker not get like a crazy ass infection or some shit?
I don't know, man. Maybe infections are man-made. Just kidding. I don't know. I guess it healed enough. It didn't get infected.
I guess so. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Because if the skin kind of closed around it, it would have just kept the arrow sticking out.
It's probably just like the way the fucking deers are made to try to survive.
They're definitely going to survive. I mean, they don't live that long. But yeah, that's the thing, too, about hunting, too. People get mad about hunting, but it's like, what do you think is going to happen to that deer? Like, that deer is going to be someone's food.
Yeah, I think that's like the difference, though, of like hunting for sport and then hunting for like food and shit.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree. If you're going to hunt for food, eat.
Like, there's that big issue with like rich people paying to go fucking hunt down trophy hunting. Yeah. But one of the cool things is in like I was reading like in certain regions and shit, they have rhinos that are allowed to be hunted. Like they encourage it.
Yeah.
Like they do a bid to have someone pay high enough to rent it or to hunt it, because eventually I guess like some rhinos, when they're too alpha, and shit, they will start attacking and killing the rest of the herd, and so
the young ones,
it's better to have that one put down, and if we can make a profit off it, goes back to the sanctuaries and shit.
Yeah, that's what they turned it into. Is they have these reserves where they keep the animals, and then they
to protect them from poachers.
To protect them from poachers, they charge hunters who want to come and hunt. So they want to do this already. So if we give them the option to do it legitimately,
like a mad bull or something that the loss for them or the species is beneficial.
Yeah, because even with lions too, the older mature lion will kill the young ones to stay at top, to stay in the top of the pride. But eventually, he's got to move on. He's not viable anymore. He's not creating any more lions, like whatever the case is, like their teeth, they start to fall out. Like, I mean, they get old just like anything else. And but they are dangerous to the cubs or the young ones and stuff like that. So they have to control the population. But yeah, right. I mean, the trophy hunting is one thing. It's not cool, but I heard they do use the meat too. Like they give it to local villages and stuff like that. So even if the hunter doesn't take it, they'll do something with it in those places. So
and the people who bid on this stuff, I mean, at least it's going back into the community. It's what they have to do.
Yeah,
right?
And it does give them money for
their sanctuary and
protecting
against the poachers and whatnot. And you know, the fucking billionaire's happy.
And we do,
And they go out there and be safe because they got an official guide and shit.
if you talk to people that live around deer, like they're invasive. Like they'll come and eat your shit. They'll eat your plants. They'll eat your crop. If you're trying to have a garden, they'll come and fuck it up. Like, yeah, dude.
My great grandfather used to feed the deer. So he lived down in the boonies in New Mexico, and the deer were like right in his backyard.
Yeah.
So he started feeding them, and they would start all coming, and they started migrating to him in his house.
Yeah.
And he was able to like feed them by hand. They trusted him that much and shit.
That's
It
pretty
was
cool.
fucking wild. Like he had me stand out there and hold it out, and then he would stand next to me, and the deer would come and eat out of my hand. You know, when I was a kid. But eventually, what happened is he got fined and like a warning and shit from the, I don't know, wildlife enforcement over there or whatnot.
Yeah.
Because so much deer would migrate to his place in the morning and night to eat.
Yeah.
So they would come in the morning and he'd feed them, and then they'd come at night. And so you have all these deer coming from everywhere. And the highway was very close. So it was starting to create a different like migration pattern that was crossing through the highway, which was causing a lot of deer to die and causing a huge amount of accidents for people.
Dude, that's nuts, man. Have you ever seen accidents with deer?
Holy shit, man. I grew, you know, growing up visiting and living in there, my grandfather and my other family telling me, you know, how to drive and to watch out for the deer and everything, you know, I started to get accustomed to that when driving out. It's like one of the things I always look for. Like seeing the damage that is done to a fucking vehicle, man.
It'll kill you.
It is crazy.
That shit can go through your windshield and fucking kill you.
That's why sometimes they'll sell those fucking like the deer siren things for the trucks.
Oh, the high beams?
No, they're like little sirens.
Oh, okay, like a sound.
And, yeah, like a sound, and you attach it to the car, and so when the car's going fast enough, it'll make a certain sound that's supposed to scare away so they don't jump in front of you.
It's dangerous for sure. Like my uncle, he lives in Pennsylvania, and he swerved out of the way to miss a deer. And by swerving,
that's one of the things that's worse to do.
Yeah, and by well, you're trying not to fucking have a deer go through your face, you know. So he swerved out of the way. He lives in deep forest, so think of like Flagstaff or something, like a lot of pine trees. And he swerved and went into a fucking stump.
Oh no!
And the engine went through the whole fucking car. Like
I
killed
feel like
the
that
passenger.
Is worse than the deer coming at you.
It ended. I mean, who knows?
Yeah,
right. Because the deer could have went through. He ended up surviving.
Depending on the car, you know.
He ended up surviving because actually he wasn't wearing a seatbelt and he got ejected.
Oh,
which actually saved him because the engine went through the whole cab.
Yeah,
and took the whole.
What kind
thing
of
out.
car was this?
I think it was a truck. So just a 2-door. So I don't think there was any back seats. I want to say.
Was it
Maybe
older
it was
or something?
But yeah, stump doesn't move.
Right.
So,
but you know, they're supposed to make those engine bays area like collapsible so that they collapse down so the engine falls down instead of coming through you. So that's the way they do it, at least now. So maybe it was an older truck.
It could have been an older car, or maybe with the angle of the stump. I don't know. Who knows? Like what it was. But yeah, it was one of the rare situations where I think not having the seatbelt saved them. So.
Yeah. Because I used to see like people complain about shit about like, you know, well, why is the car built so crappy? It's gonna break every time you're in an accident, and that was like the reasoning. It was for safety and shit.
It does save a lot of lives, like the older steel cars.
Oh yeah, man, with the fucking like just shards of glass.
Your car would be fine, but you would be shaking and rattling. You get thrown from the front to the back. I mean,
like no airbags, seatbelts. Like people's like bodies cut in half because the seatbelt was holding them just at the waist.
Yeah, it's definitely.
That's why I think it was Volvo. Volvo made and patented the first 3-point seatbelt. And they found that it was so much better and greatly improved safety in a vehicle that they opened the patent up so that everyone can use it.
Yeah, it's definitely better to have it across your chest because, the force just being on your midsection, even if it doesn't cut you in half, it's going to mess up your organs.
Oh
and
yeah,
all
for
that
sure.
shit.
And like if you've been in an accident with a seatbelt on anyway, you're gonna have a bruise. You know that thing's like stopping you, and that's the whole fucking point.
Yeah.
That and then fucking broken nose maybe from the airbag.
That always scares me, man. I haven't had an airbag hit me in the face, but I always just like, this thing explodes at such a high rate because it's supposed to catch you, but like it also like knocks people out. It's like a punch in the face, you know? Like,
Yeah, because you're supposed to sit like a certain distance away from it, but people don't because they're, want to be comfortable when they're driving.
I see a lot of girls, dude. They're
so fucking close, and that's usually the
I'm
fucking
like,
problem.
Oh my god, dude! What if you're just in a fender bender and you go,
and it's like because they don't want to push their leg out or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I am the height of the average. I'm actually less. I remember now. I am less than average for the average female in America. Is like 5'6" or some shit. I think.
Really? That's average?
I think so.
That's pretty tall. I thought it was like 5'4".
Even if it's no, I think it's like 5'6". I want to say it was 5'6". But I could be wrong. Let me see. Average American female height. Okay, it's 5'3.5".
Ooh, even lower. See?
Non-Hispanic black women around 5 feet 4 inches. Non-Hispanic white women slightly over 5 feet 3 inches. Hispanic women 5 feet 2 inches. Non-Hispanic Asian women 5 feet 1 inch.
Even shorter.
Yes. So, I am 5'2.5".
Okay, so you're slightly
5'3".
above an Asian woman.
So I'm about average American woman height.
Yeah.
And so I don't even sit that close to the fucking steering wheel.
Because you don't have to.
Right. And then there's a lot of people that don't know that like, most steering wheels now are telescoping.
Yeah.
So like they'll adjust it up and down, but they don't know you can pull it out and push it in.
You know what though? You could have longer arms though.
And it's possible.
Yeah. I want to say.
But my fingers are shorter because, women have like more.
You probably have bigger hands too.
Girls have women have they have longer fingers, and a man's hand is wider, and a woman's hand is more thinner.
I got pretty long hands.
Well, yeah, but you a big guy.
I'm not average.
but next time, look at your wife's hand compared to yours. You'll see that hers is going to be.
What's the average male?
Thinner.
Let's do this.
Maybe that was 5'6".
Yeah.
Let's see.
I could see that. 5'6".
Male height 5'9".
Ooh,
5'9".
even higher. Okay.
Global average 5'7.5".
Okay, 5'7". Okay, that's closer.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but if your arms are longer, that helps too, because then you don't have to. If you gotta,
Yeah, most definitely, and then you're gonna sit farther back. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't feel like.
You probably got a good wingspan.
Think so?
We should measure it one time.
Maybe.
Because a lot of times your wingspan is higher than your height. So,
really?
Yeah.
I was always told in school, like, that's going to be like your height. Like, whatever you measure it is, that's how tall you are.
There's basketball players that are 6'7", but they have a 7-foot wingspan.
They stretching their arms?
Some guys just have longer arms.
Yeah.
I forgot what mine is, but it's long, it's bigger, or it's wider than my height. So I'm 6'3", and I want to say I have a 6'5" or 6'6", something like that, wingspan. So even though you're 5'2", you could have a 5'5" wingspan, even longer than your. At least that's what with guys. I want to say that's the Da Vinci, right? The Da Vinci guy, right?
Yeah.
He has a height and
With all the.
Yeah, but I don't think we actually fall into that Da Vinci thing. I think a lot of people are outside of those measurements or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, what the fuck were we talking? Oh, Stipe and John Jones. Anyways, we went a long tangent on that. Yeah, he knocked him out, and he doesn't know what he's gonna. Yeah, we talked about that. So we'll see. It was a good fight night though. I mean, Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler fought too. That was a fun fight. Charles, he's a big jiu-jitsu guy, so he's really good on the ground, but he's also a good striker. And Chandler's all striker. I mean, he's a wrestler, so he's definitely got some ground. He's got a real good base. He's real stocky, strong, hits hard. He was pretty much, he was in the fight, but he was getting. Charles was definitely winning all the rounds. And at the end of the fight, he got some shots. Michael got some shots in there and kind of rocked Charles, and it got a little. It was like one of those like underdogs, like the guy's been losing the whole fight. Now he's coming back. It was really good, exciting. Because even if you were, if you were a Charles fan, you were like, yeah, he's been winning. He's doing really great. Or if you're a Michael Chandler fan, you're like, come on, So it was good, competitive. And then the way it ended was kind of funny too, because Charles was on his back. And Michael was able to stand up, and he was on his back, and he just threw himself backwards.
Damn.
And smashed him. Because, he couldn't do nothing. He couldn't get out of the hold.
Yeah,
Charles is a
exactly.
jiu-jitsu guy. He's not going to let go. And then he stood up again and did it again. And everyone's like, yeah. And even Charles was like laughing. And it was just like, it was a fun fight, dude. That's the kind of fight nights you
sounds
want.
like it, man. I mean, like I said, I haven't seen
It was a good
fight in so
pay-per-view.
long.
It was a good pay-per-view. And it ended with Jones doing a spinning back kick to the ribs and just knocking him out. I mean,
Damn.
just think of getting kicked so hard in your ribs that you collapse.
Dude, I don't want to think about it. I'm having trouble breathing now.
I'm sure he was too, man. He was like, oh,
Dude.
because these
that's
guys
gonna hurt.
are the toughest of the tough.
Right.
They can take anything.
They've been hit more times than you and me.
punches to the face, punches to the body, kicks to the body, and he got.
I bruise easy, man.
He got kicked so hard that he just fell to his knees.
I always think it's so weird thinking about that. Like you said, this guy's 37, right? 37. So it's like, 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
I mean, you're older than him.
Yeah.
So, that's fucking just wild, though.
He's just a supreme athlete. He's been in shape. It's all, the shape that they're in it's professional athlete shape.
Yeah, and you got to maintain it and stuff. And then I'm sitting over here with my thick self.
Hey, but anything's possible too. At least you know the possibilities are, like your body.
Right.
If you start telling it, hey, we're working out, it will adapt to you working out and then start responding. So
my body, it bruises easy.
But that was a thing in football. Everybody did. We would start in spring. We had no pads, but we were still kind of hitting each other and kind of running into each other and stuff. You come home with your arms all bruised. You got bruises up here. You got bruises. By the end of spring,
you're all bruised.
No, by the end of spring, whenever you get hit, you don't bruise anymore.
Your body just gave up.
Your body starts adapting.
It's just
to the punishment.
It's not worth the bruising anymore.
No, it's like, oh, this is what this guy's doing. He's gonna keep taking hits. So you don't bruise anymore. So it's like it becomes it's adapting to the change.
Right.
It's like, oh, this guy's constantly engaging in this kind of sport, so it's going to adapt, so the body's very adaptable and it can account for all these different changes that you put it through. So that's the cool thing about but anyways, yeah. So I don't know when he's going to fight again. He already said he doesn't want any lower fights, but he did say, I'll fight this young guy, but you got to pay me a lot. Pay me a lot of money and I'll do it. So
and they will.
If they want to see a good fight, they will.
They'll do it.
I mean, because it would be a good challenge for him. It's a young guy. It's a lot younger than him, in his 20s, he's getting up there in age, but he's fighting at such a high level. I mean, the whole fight, Stipe didn't just give him the fight. He was fighting back. He was punching him. It wasn't easy. Jones had to pick and choose what he was going to do. And he did take him down gnarly, dude, though. Usually you see a takedown, they grab their legs, they dive, or they
you see it coming.
Grab a leg and they kind of, dude, he did this thing where he threw I think he threw a kick. And then Stipe kind of moves to the side and then he did a trip and just kind of put him on the ground.
Shit.
Like a judo move or something.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of trips in UFC.
Right.
He tripped him, then got him down on the ground, and then started controlling him and throwing elbows. Dude, he was doing the elbows, and I was waiting for the 12-6 elbow because we were talking about that earlier. I didn't finish, but it's now legal, so they can do that elbow now. It just became legal this year.
Oh yeah,
So-
that's how we started this conversation, huh?
Yeah, so
It took us what,
well,
an hour to get there?
they also are talking about that one fight now. They're like, well, do we like overturn it now and not, mark it against him? Because that move is now legal. It's not illegal anymore. So he should, under the new rules, that would have
but
been-
do you retroactively change
They
it?
they can at least not count it against him. Not say it's a technical loss or whatever. They can just say it's a whatever, no contest or something. Because they didn't declare a winner. Well, I guess they did. They gave the other guy the win, but I don't think they would take his win away. But I think they would take the loss away. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. But
Yeah.
he's dominant. He was dominant. He's been dominant. And, he just showed he's the baddest man on the planet. We won't ever get to see him fight Francis because they're not in the same league anymore. And I don't think Dana's ever going to do a deal with that other league to let them fight.
Right.
He's already kind of said he's not interested in that, or doesn't make
Why
sense.
would he be?
He would just only be helping them.
Yeah.
Because UFC is the biggest.
Already got their thing.
They're NASCAR. They're the NBA. They're the biggest.
They use an octagon in the PFL?
Yeah. It's similar. It's real
Same
similar.
thing.
Yeah. It's just another competing league. It would be like if the NBA had a real, competing league that was similar,
Right.
which they did. There was the NBA and there was the ABA.
Yes.
Back in the days. So,
And what they were doing with the football, right?
football, I want to say though,
Because didn't they create like a different league? There was
2 leagues. I want to say, I don't remember exactly what the other one. I think it was just American Football League and then National Football League or something.
yeah.
And then they just became one National Football League, so NFL. But yeah, these other leagues, they're not on the same level as UFC, but they are kind of like competitive leagues. So they do feed these guys that want to be in a more competitive league and they're already at the top of their league will come to the UFC. So they're kind of using it too to foster up like good competition too. Because if they're dominating this league, come to the UFC, see what you can do. We're bigger leagues, but some of those other leagues are paying more too. They pay their athletes even better than UFC, which is crazy. Like I don't know how they get all this money, to pay their guys.
Their profits margins must be less.
I guess.
Which is fine for them if they think that we'll take a cut going forward, and eventually if we get big enough,
Yeah, they could be looking
I
at
feel
it
like
as
that's basic business.
that's how they took Francis. They're paying him
Right.
more than what the UFC was going to offer
Money
him.
talks.
And he left. He went to them because they're investing in him to build up their league. So it's you're gonna pay advertising. If you put your money, some of your advertising money into this guy, then it builds up your league. People want to watch it. I'm sure people are watching PFL. I don't even think he's fought though. That's the craziest thing. I'm pretty sure he signed the contract, but he has not fought one fight yet in the PFL. Maybe he has. I haven't seen it or heard about it.
I wouldn't even know where to watch it.
Exactly. It was on ESPN. Oh, it might still be part of ESPN, actually. I think they do. I think if you go on to ESPN Plus, PFL is on there. So
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. So you can still actually watch some of their fights, but it's not as big. There's no pay-per-view numbers that. They fought at Madison Square Garden too.
Right.
Biggest, place you can fight in the world, maybe. Nothing tops Madison Square. It's New York Center, the Mecca. So it was a good fight for being at Madison Square Garden. I already talked about the other fights, but it was a good night. And I think there's more. There's got to be more fights for Jones. They'll figure something out. He's a ridiculous talent. So
Money talks.
Yep. But anyways, man, what are we at, dude? I think we fucking
111.
It's like a UFC fight, dude.
Yeah.
A UFC fight.
Is that what we call it?
Yeah.
In the
It's a
UFC?
Fight for the fight, dude.
Yeah. Ultimate pillow fight.
I don't know why I feel like I gotta sneeze. Ooh. Okay, it's gone.
All right.
That was weird.
Well, this has been another amazing episode of Digital Cortex. I've been ThicccWick. That's Randomstylez. And we're done now.